I still personally, in looking at things, looking at some of the key positions, to me, I give the upper hand to the Cardinals.
Cardinals donned in the home bright red tops with the black pants and the black helmets with the Cardinal logo pasted on each side. Back to return the opening kickoff from Garrett Hayes of Ellenwood will be Diggity Arceo and Caleb Whitehair. Ellenwood's Garrett Hayes to blast it away from the 40-yard line, approaches the football, end-over-end kick, will bounce on the left sideline at the 25. It's scooped up on the run by Whitehair, who cuts back to the middle of the field, running laterally across the 25 to the 30, picks up a block 40, 45 to midfield, then he's sprung out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Ellenwood. A nice return by Caleb Whitehair of 30-plus yards on the opening kickoff, and the Cardinals of Saline have great field position for their opening drive.
It was a great play that time by, I believe it was Garrett Hayes, the kicker, who came over and was able to force him, really cut off any angles that Caleb would have to take that thing all the way back.
Ellenwood in the road white tops with the royal blue pants, the royal blue helmets with the Eagles logo on each side. They've got the blue numerals outlined in the bright red with the knee-high bright red socks. E-step under center. The lone setback is Jose Arias. 5 down for the Eagles defensively. Jose gets the call, plunges forward for maybe a gain of a yard. And actually, it's a quarterback keeper. Dalton E-step with a beautiful fake. Arias got hit at the line of scrimmage. E-step took it around the corner.
We're going to have a question right here, and Coach King's going to be upset. Side judge blew the whistle when he thought Arias had the ball. And so the official is 0 for 1 right now. That ball was never in Arias' hand. E-step had it the whole way. Now they're going to look, and I'm going to see if he's going to go ahead and mark that thing up. Definitely some discussion.
E-step would have it close to a first down. It would be a gain of roughly 8, but you're right, they blew the play dead. I thought it was over. I thought Arias had been blown up in the backfield for a loss of a yard. As it stands right now, they're going to place the football where Arias was stopped with forward progress for a gain of about a yard. Ball placed on the near side right hash at the 46-yard line of Ellenwood.
Coach King had a tough week last week with the officials, and first play into the ball game, he's already a little bit hot.
Coach King was absent for the fourth quarter and the majority of the third last week. Here's a pitch out on first down as they actually replay first down. There's a penalty flag down. The play is blown dead. We're off to a bit of an ugly start here. 2 plays in from Brookville. The officials will have a discussion. Looks like Saline moving backwards. Either an illegal shift or a false start on Saline will be a penalty of 5. So rather than it being 2nd and 2, here we are 2 plays later, and I believe it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I guess I'm not surprised that they replayed that, but I guess I'm surprised that they didn't reset the clock on that. Not that that's going to come into play, but if we get down towards the end of this first quarter and would have a shot, could come back.
False start. We are replaying first down. 1st and 15 for Saline from their own 49. We've played a minute 40 here in the opening quarter. E-step under center. Tight end right is Diggity Arceo. Handoff Jose Arias, and no, E-step's going to pull it out of his belly at the last second, bring it around the right end up to the 46 of Ellenwood, which is the original line of scrimmage, plus a yard. It's a gain of 6, bringing up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's some good teamwork right there. E-step puts that ball very deep in the hands of his back. And just when he sees that that's not going to develop, he yanks that thing out and he takes it.
E-step getting his first career start as a quarterback. He started a lot as a linebacker and a running back. Whitehair jumps off the line of scrimmage. A wide receiver here to the near side right. 3 receivers on the pattern. E-step running that zone read left side, handing it off at the last moment. It was read well by Ellenwood. Going nowhere fast as Jose Arias. Forward progress just shy of the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a half yard.
So far in the first series, we're seeing some predictability. So it's very easy for Ellenwood to key. They're just going to look at E-step. They're just going to jump on it. Now you got to look. Will he drop back? Maybe look for Caleb Whitehair.
9:13 left opening quarter. No score from Brookville. Saline and Ellenwood territory. 3rd and 11 from the 47. Here's E-step back to throw. Throws off his back foot. Throws it up for grabs, and it is deflected by Whitehair. Deflected by an Ellenwood Eagle, and then it falls harmlessly to the turf. Nearly caught by Lucas Bass on the multiple deflections down there around the 32-yard line. It's 4th and 10 rather, and Saline's going to bring on the punting unit.
Ellenwood was able to get in the back row. I don't think that was the type of throw that Dalton really wanted to get off. He just kind of threw it in a hurry. He tried to throw it in a situation to where no one was going to get that.
Patrick Ringering back to return the punt, hovering around his own 10-yard line. Jared Winter's going to blast it away. Low line drive kick on 4th and 11. Takes a bounce at the 10, inside the 5. Patrick slips, goes down, keeps his balance to keep his knee from hitting the grass, and then he's swallowed up by the El Saline punt coverage at the 7-yard line. That's where Ellenwood will start 1st and 10 from right to left.
4 and out for El Saline. Give the defense an opportunity now to get out on that field, see if they can try to get the momentum going for their ball club.
8:51 remaining here in the opening quarter of play from Brookville. This game, one of district play for both of these 2A schools. Ellenwood, their quarterback is Kyle Corbett. He's thrown 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He has rushed for 7 scores this season on the ground. He's got trips to the far side right, the wide side of the field. 1 receiver left of the line, but he hands it off on 1st and 10 to the big bruising power back Tanner Osborne, who crosses the 15 up the left hash mark to the 16-yard line for a gain of 9 yards. He's awfully close to the first down stick.
El Saline kind of puts a little more emphasis out on those wideouts that time. Big hole for the back. Osborne's going to be a tough guy to bring down.
5'10", 180, a senior. Leads the team with 164 yards on the ground. He's the lone setback on 2nd and a long yard for Ellenwood from their own 16. Osborne's got the first down and some as he drags a defender out close to the 25-yard line, straight behind the back of his starting center, Jake Christensen. It's a gain of 7 yards and a first down out to the 25-yard line.
Ellenwood doesn't have many big bodies, but the few that they do have, they were definitely following those first 2 plays.
They have 3 players that start on the offensive side of the football that weigh over 200 pounds. Defensively, they've just got 2 guys that start that weigh 200 or more pounds. Inside 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, no score from Brookville. El Saline and Ellenwood. Ellenwood's got the rock, 1st and 10 from their own 25. A hard count by Corbett. Looks up over the 4-man front. Now takes it, rolls the pocket to the near side. In trouble, scrambling for his life, and he's forced out of bounds by J.P. Schneider. And Cody Johnson also in there to polish him off. It's a loss on the play of 4, bringing up 2nd down and long.
Good pursuit, good coverage in the secondary, not allowing any options for Corbett, and basically ran out of real estate on the side.
J.P. Schneider has his first true sack of the season. He has recovered a fumble this year. That's his 22nd tackle here in 2010. He had 74 stops a year ago. 7:29 remaining opening quarter, 2nd and 15 officially. Corbett hands it off on the end around, running right side. This is Dalton Garrett, slips between 2, and then he stumbles over his own feet out to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, getting back the distance lost on the sack, and several more, but it's still bringing up 3rd and roughly 7 for Ellenwood.
That was one of the problems that we've had the last couple of weeks, missed tackles. Had an opportunity to bring him down in the backfield, just unable to get him wrapped up. Able to throw him off balance enough.
Clock runs under 7 minutes left here in the opening quarter. 3rd and 7 for Ellenwood as they work from right to left against the El Saline defense from their own 28-yard line. Jumbo backfield behind Corbett. Play action. Corbett still with the ball. Eludes 1 tackle. Johnson's trying to bring him down. He throws as he's being hit, and it is complete out to Tanner Osborne across the 30. Here just right at the numbers at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of just 2, and Ellenwood's faced with 4th and 5. Cody Johnson in the backfield to blow the play up, and Caleb Whitehair came over to make the tackle with Dalton Eastep.
So they'll be back to punt. Caleb Whitehair drops as the deep back.
Whitehair, the team's most sure-handed wide receiver. Clock's at 6 minutes here in the opening quarter. High snap way over the punter's head. Patrick Ringering back inside the 5 to scoop it up. Going to try and kick on the run. It gets away. A pretty good punt that bounces at the Ellenwood 45. Whitehair takes it off the hop. Hit and dropped at the 47. He went backwards for a loss of 2 on the return, but still, El Saline will have manageable field position inside Ellenwood's territory for the second consecutive drive and a fresh set of downs at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, normally you get the ball starting in your opponent's half of the field, you're happy. But when you look at the play that was just there, El Saline had an opportunity to really get the ball deep in the red zone. But a great play by the Ellenwood punter to get the ball out, get it on the run.
A play that could have been officials' timeout here before they set the play clock. It's Kane Ford that they're working on, the 5'11", 285 junior who's having some trouble with his helmet. Comes off the field.
I want to believe he's got some sort of necklace on.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. He removed the necklace, and the Cardinals will bring in Mason Unruh, Brock Unruh, the former K-Stater's cousin, to play right guard here on 1st and 10 from the 48. Of Ellenwood with 5:47 left in the first quarter. It's been a quick-moving first quarter. Both teams have kept it on the ground for the most part, as the Cardinals do here. Estep gives it this time to Jose Arias. Rumbles forward for a gain of 2, just inside the right hash mark to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 8 upcoming here for El Saline. Stop was made by Ian Gehring, a 6'2 junior. Leads the team with 2 fumble recoveries on the 2010 season. Playing that defensive tackle position for Ellenwood. Estep will work from the gun on 2nd and 8 for the first time here tonight. Blitz threatening up the middle. Good belt-high snap. Rolls the pocket to the near side. Has protection. Of course, a laser to Caleb Whitehair, but he's off target. Whitehair on an out pattern around the 40. It's incomplete.
I like that look from the standpoint. You're going to get more of a double threat. Great protection by the line to give Dalton plenty of time to look to receivers. Throw just a little bit off, but I have to believe if they go from that side again, he's going to have the ability to just say, green light, you're going to go if it's there.
Cal Corbett on the coverage. 3rd down and 8 from the Ellenwood 45. Cardinals have had the ball in Ellenwood territory on their first 2 drives. Let's see if they can do something with it here. They went 3 and out on their opening drive. Here's Estep to throw over the middle, slings it for Lucas Bass, and it's in and out of his hands at the 35. He got both gloves on it, but couldn't pull it in. That should have been a catch, and Estep showing some frustration back at the 50 as he knows that one got away from El Saline.
Yeah, I don't want him to be discouraged, though, because it's there. That play is there. He's just got to calm down, get that confidence. We're going to see some good things.
Jared Winter's going to punt it away from his own 45. It's blocked by Ellenwood. Ball squirting free down at the El Saline 30, and Ellenwood picks it up on the run. 25-20. Cal Corbett to the 10, to the 5 to the end zone for an Ellenwood touchdown. There are no penalty flags on the field, and Ellenwood strikes first on a special teams blocked punt that they take the distance at 6-0. The visitors, the Ellenwood Eagles, on top here early on.
Trying to look to see who was the gentleman that made that in.
Kyle Corbett took it the distance. He didn't get the block, but he scooped it up and took it to the house. A 35-yard blocked punt. That was where the block actually occurred. And Ellenwood's going to go for 2 up 6-0 with Corbett under center and a power eye behind him, a tight end right. Takes the snap, hands it off to, this is Dalton Garrett. He plunges over left guard, shoots the A-gap in there for the 2-point conversion. And it's 8-0, Ellenwood on top here with 4:51 left in the opening quarter.
It was a tough break. Not only one player made it in to have the potential to block that. There were 3 Ellenwood players, so that was definitely a breakdown of the special teams for El Saline. Basically no time at all to get that punt off. Unfortunate for El Saline, fortunate for Ellenwood. The ball did take a great bounce and was able to just go basically right into the hands of the Eagle player who went untouched.
El Saline football brought to you in part by Aaron Phelps, your local Pioneer seed sales representative, committed to putting the right product on the right acre. Find out more about the best products for your farm and contact Aaron Phelps at 493-2418. Also, the truck store in Brookville, located 12 miles west of Salina on 140, specializing in one-ton trucks and more. Skip and his wife, Jan, thank you for all your business through the years. Also, tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by American Family Insurance and the Steve Sprinkle Agency. 4:51 left, first quarter. Ellenwood strikes first, leading 8-0 in the special teams game. Ellenwood to kick it off for the second time here tonight. The Saline Cardinals have had the ball twice on their first two offensive drives in Eagles territory, but have come up with no points in a blocked punt. Talk about a shift in momentum in the special teams game when Ellenwood was punting and they snapped it way over their punter's head and it went back to around the 5-yard line and he somehow got it off on the run. Here's the ensuing kick by Garrett Hayes. Jared Winter for Saline, backpedaling to his 20. He takes it there. Gets a block from Whitehair to the 25, to the 30 outside. He's tripped up at the 35-yard line, right in front of the Ellenwood bench, and that's where Saline will start. 1st and 10. Ball placed on the left side of the field as they work from left to right.
First start of the night for the Cardinals, starting on their own 34-yard line. First two possessions that they've had tonight, basically 4 and out.
Saline has 7 total yards here in the game. Lucas Bass comes in motion and gets the sweet toss on the right side. Then he is hit hard at the shoulders and dropped at the 35-yard line. He came around from his slot receiver position there on the left, took it around the backside, around the right end, but nothing doing, maybe a yard on the play. And I believe Dalton Garrett, the will linebacker for Ellenwood, came up to make the hit. Second down and 9 for Saline. The Cardinals have lost to their last 3 opponents by a combined score of 173-54, 110-12 in the first half alone in their last 3 games. They're down 8-0 here in the first quarter, midway through to Ellenwood. Ball placed at the 35. Estep's going to throw on 2nd and 9. He has Whitehair out here on the near boundary, but he overshoots him by a half yard, and it falls incomplete at the Ellenwood 29-yard line. That would have been a 40-plus yard gain for Saline and probably would have gone the distance as Whitehair had a good step and a half on Kyle Corbett, the covering corner.
So they've looked to Whitehair a couple times tonight, both long. One play that we haven't seen that we saw very early on, granted it was when Tate was a quarterback, is that underneath route.
Dalton Estep is 0 of 4 throwing the football here in the opening quarter. 3rd and 9. 2 receivers to the left and right side of the line for Estep, who gets a good snap at his belly, throws it across the middle. Whitehair makes the catch at the 45 for the first down and has a couple more as he carries a man to the 49. Kyle Corbett gets beat on the coverage. It's a gain of 15 yards. And an Saline first down.
Nice reception. Nice work after the catch by Caleb Whitehair. But credit also to Estep for standing in there and getting that ball off.
Whitehair, the leading receiver on this Saline team. 22 catches coming in tonight for 332 yards as just a sophomore. Had 3 receptions for 81 yards and a score against Sedgwick last week. Estep again from the gun on 1st and 10 from his own 49. 2 wideouts to each side with Jose Arias in to protect hip right as he's going to throw. Estep steps up in the pocket, avoids a blitzer, can't get away from the second, and he's going down back at the 43. Under fire, it's a big sack, a sack of 6 yards for the Ellenwood defense. Garrett Hayes was there, as well as Zaid Hayes, a senior and junior, in on the tackle. And Ellenwood wants to burn a timeout with 3:14 left here in the opening quarter, 8-0. Ellenwood on top. Saline will be faced with 2nd and 15 when we come back to Brookville. You're listening to Cardinals football on Real Country 101.7.
KPreps.com is the state online source for high school football, covering every team and every class with schedules, scores, team pages, league and district standings, state rankings, stats, and team news. Visit KPreps.com daily for featured content like our Around the Classes recap every Tuesday and the pick list each Thursday. And be sure to listen to the Kansas Pregame Radio Show podcast only at KPreps.com. The most informative Kansas high school football website is KPreps.com.
This is Saline football. The Cardinals play here. Real Country 101.7.
Dan Fisk on the board, Brian Berner on color. I'm James Westling on your play-by-play. Pratt leads Smoky Valley 7-0 from Pratt over on 92.7. Our score here with 3:14 remaining in the opening quarter. Ellenwood 8, El Saline Cardinals 0. Second and a long 14 for El Saline from their own 44-yard line after the 5-yard sack just a moment ago.
El Saline's got to get this offensive line to step up, get a little bit better coverage these last couple plays. There's been some breakdowns.
E-Step is 1 of 5 through the air. It was a 14-yard completion to Caleb Whitehair, the team's leading receiver. Pair of wideouts left and right for E-Step out of the shotgun. He steps up, tries to take off and run, breaks a tackle back at the 40. Now he throws for Whitehair. He was still behind the line of scrimmage by about 1.5 yards, but it's too tall for Caleb here on the near boundary right in front of assistant coach Ludus at the Ellenwood 45.
I think these receivers have got to be ready at all times. I'm sensing you're not going to know when E-Step is just going to pull that trigger and try to throw that ball.
E-Step doesn't necessarily look trigger happy back there. I think he's done a pretty good job of managing what he's got to work with thus far.
Yeah, he has. It's I think he's in a way that Michael Vick type thing. He's going to scamper around, but if he's got an opportunity and he sees someone, he's going to let it go.
Here's 3rd and 14. E-Step out of the shotgun again. Good coverage over on the far boundary. Looking for Lucas Bass on a simple out pattern. Defended very well by Patrick Ringering. Man-to-man coverage on Lucas Bass, a sophomore guarding a sophomore, and he deflected the pass in flight as it falls incomplete. And El Saline's faced with 4th and 14, and E-Step through the air is now 1 of 7 here in the first quarter of action. 8-0. Ellenwood blocked the last El Saline punt and took it roughly 35 yards to the house for a touchdown. Jared Winter's going to punt from his own 31. On 4th and 14. Here comes the block again. He got it away this time. Ringering, angling here to the near side. Touched the football. He lost it. Ball's loose. He muffed the punt. Who's got it? El Saline fighting for it. Ellenwood fighting for it. And I believe the Cardinals came up with the loose football. Patrick Ringering didn't have a good angle on the return. Tried to make the catch and just simply muffed the punt, and El Saline's got it at the Ellenwood 17-yard line.
You put 10 guys on the line to try to go in, put pressure to block that punt. That's one of the situations that you're going to have. If you don't get that ball secure, you're left all alone because your momentum's carried you off, and you've got 5 or 6 guys coming in exactly advantage that time for El Saline.
That's the 3rd special teams miscue we've seen. We've seen a block, we've seen a muffed kick, and a bad snap. E-Step working out of the shotgun from the Ellenwood 17. Quick throw, dumps it over the middle for his big tight end, Diggity Arceo. It's a gain of 3 down to the 14-yard line. Good tackle by Garrett Hayes on his backside. It's a gain of 3. Dalton with his 2nd completion in 8 tries here in the opening quarter. Two minutes, 27 seconds left here in the opening quarter from El Saline. Ellenwood leading 8-0. This is the first district game for both teams this season. El Saline will play at Plainville, then come back home for La Crosse and finish up at Inman over the next 4 weeks. 2:11 as the clock runs. 2nd down, they give him a great spot. They call it a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Arias hip left for E-Step. Pair of wideouts left and right. E-Step, play action. E-Step now going to tuck the football and take off, and he can't get outside around the left end. A loss of 2 as he is hit and dropped by Jake Christensen, the 5'11 senior nose guard who came screaming through to hit him at the ribs and drop him to the grass.
Appeared to be just a little bit of hesitation on the part of E-Step. Do I hand it? Do I keep it? Do I break in? He's got to be more assertive, but I really have a feeling, I keep saying this, but I see that it's going to turn in the right direction as he gets more repetition underneath and just gets more comfortable at this quarterback position.
90 seconds ticking on the clock here in the opening quarter. 8-0 Ellenwood. El Saline's only scored 12 points in the first half over the last 3 weeks combined. Here's E-Step out of the shotgun on 3rd and 8. Rolls the pocket right. Backside pursuit by Williams. Throws for the sideline, and it's incomplete. Looking for Lucas Bass inside the 5 at the 4. Trying to keep his feet in bounds, but he still had 2 or 3 yards to work with. I think he took his eye off the ball and dropped it. His 2nd drop of the night.
That, to me, was youth right there. You're throwing a sophomore into a tough spot where you got 2 of your top 3 receivers, and Sprinkle and Willis, both on the sideline.
Sprinkle recovering from a knee injury suffered last week. Zach Willis out with whiplash and a minor concussion for back-to-back weeks. Rolling the pocket again, E-step rolling right. He's going to tuck the football and has the angle at the 15, down to the 10, lowers the shoulder and puts the boom on Dalton Garrett down inside the 6 to the 5, and he's got the first down. A 10-yard run by Dalton E-step for El Saline, and the Cardinals now have first and goal with a minute 02 left here in the opening quarter.
That was all E-step right that time, and I think that's going to be a thing. If you get him on that outside, he's a tough hombre. It's going to be tough to bring him down. He put that head down, and he just bowled over the El Saline, or the Ellenwood player.
The Cardinals will spread them out with two wide receivers to the left. Lucas Bass, slot left. The lone setback is Jose Arias. He gets the call. Darts left, then cuts back to his right, but just a gain of 3. Not much of a hole there as he's trying to get his pads through. Second and goal now from the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 2 officially.
And I think that's the key. Let's not worry about this little option, tucking it in and then pulling it back out. I think to have success down and short, just get that quick handoff and just look for that hole.
20 seconds left, opening quarter. Arias gets the call once again. No, E-step pulls it out the last moment. He's got the angle left side, and he plunges into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalton E-step scoring with 12 and a half seconds left here in the opening quarter, and it's 8-6. El Saline's on the board. Dalton E-step's third rushing touchdown of the season.
Then again, what do I know? Tucked it in, pulled it out, found his way towards that corner of the end zone.
He's getting very good at that fake, isn't he?
He is. I mean, that's just timing. He pulls it out right at the last second.
El Saline struggled with that play when he first took over. Seen some time at quarterback. Again, this is his first start at quarterback this year. El Saline's going to try and even the score, going for 2. E-step to throw. Diving catch made in the front right pylon by Diggity Arceo. On a rope from Dalton E-step. Put it only where his wideout could pull it in without the defense getting their mitts on it. And El Saline's even up the score. It's 8 apiece after the 2-point try is good. 12.7 seconds left in the opening quarter. El Saline football brought to you in part by Kane Farms, a proud supporter of El Saline Cardinal Athletics. Also, Julie Weems at Stone Creek Financial Services, specializing in providing comprehensive services and employee education for company retirement plans. 12 and a half ticks on the clock. Pretty good drive there put together by El Saline.
It was. Let's put that drive at 4 minutes, 32 seconds. About 11, 12 plays. Throw in there the muff punt that was able to be recovered by El Saline. We've got a good chunk of yards, but nonetheless, end result, we're tied 8-8. And so, right now, we're almost back where we started.
Ellenwood has dropped 10 of their last 11 district games. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2004. They were a 3A team last year. Their 2 wins this year have come against Haven and Larned, who are a combined 1-7. El Saline's played a much tougher schedule, but have one less win to show for it. They are 1-3. Blanked Bennington week 1, 41-0, and have dropped their last 3 to Hutch, Trinity, Remington, and Sedgwick. But some things happened against Sedgwick last week for the Cardinals. They scored 32 points in the loss. Jared Winter's going to handle the kickoff duties here for El Saline. Back to return is Patrick Ringgreen, as well as Cody Easern for the Eagles of Ellenwood. Cardinals trying to keep their playoff streak alive. They've been 3 consecutive seasons, falling to Ellis the last 2 and St. John Hudson the year before. 12 and a half seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. We're tied at 8. Ensuing kick after the 3-yard touchdown by Dalton E-step is bobbled at the 25 by Ringgreen. He drops it again, but his knee was down. He dropped the ball as he tried to get up. I think I'll try and keep that knee from hitting the grass. And at the 25, that's where Ellenwood will start.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know how much you want to play into this, but I would have a feeling that this is the first time this season that Ellenwood has dealt with a left-footed kicker. The rotation is going to be a little bit different. The last 2 times on the punt and on the kickoff, mishandled a little bit, because I will tell you, it's coming in, unlike they've seen, throughout most of the times during practice.
That's a great point. They have bobbled the last 2. 7.8 seconds to go, opening quarter. We're tied at 8. Ellenwood will hand it off on the end around. This is Ringgreen, who's got 3 blockers in front, but getting bruised. Dalton Eastep to make the stop as he hits him at the belly and drops him at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and that's the last play of the first quarter. After one, we're tied at 8 apiece. It's Ellenwood, it's El Saline, it's on Real Country 101.7.
El Saline High School is proud to recognize its September Student of the Month. Jordan Peschel is the high school Student of the Month. She is a senior and is the daughter of Tony and Pat Peschel. She has one brother, Mike. Jordan has been involved in FFA for 4 years and is the chapter president as well as the North Central District FFA president. She also serves as the current president for Student Council and National Honor Society. Congratulations, Jordan.
El Saline football. The Cardinals play here.
Dalton Eastep scoring from 3 yards out. He's got 5 rushes for 9 yards, including that touchdown return at 8 apiece. Only touchdown for Ellenwood in the first quarter. With Grant Hunt, if they took the distance. Not the high freedom we need if they come to Grant Hunt the fence like they took the from Minneapolis 6-0.
Now flying off a turnoff and lead over Saline Central. That at the end of the first quarter. Goddard up on Valley Center 7-0. So good start tonight for former Southeast coach Pat Hickson.
Mays is such a scrappy team this year. They had athletes last year. They're so much better. Starting the second quarter. Hands it off to Tanner Osborne. He's hit by 5 red jerseys. Whitehair got to him first, as well as Aaron Kearney for maybe a half yard on the fair. Forward progress out to the 30 for a 2. He's got 19 yards on the ground. His first 2 hits for 9 and 8. Bringing up 3rd and 7 for Ellenwood. Will be a passing situation here for the Eagles. Corbett through the air, takes 52% of balls thrown. From his own 30 with the score tied at 8 apiece. 3rd down and 7 to go. Corbett under center takes the snap, and they blow the play dead. I believe Ellenwood wanted a timeout prior to the snap. So right up for a big 3rd and 7. As El Saline will try and get the football back.
Yeah, I have a feeling, in a kind of tough situation up there that puts the Ellenwood coaches close by. No feeling, because I heard the timeout calling from up here. They obviously saw something that they didn't like. They're able to get that relay down to the coaching staff. Got a call just right before the snap. But, that's the nice thing. You have your staff being able to have that brain to be able to see things in the amazing technology nowadays so they can get other information relayed to and from.
Time up at 8 apiece. This game overly pretty. It's been a scrappy game at this point. Both teams have scored and gone for 2. It's been a run game. It's pretty evident these teams are pretty even.
Yeah, they are. It's I think they're more evenly matched than I anticipated they would be coming in.
3rd down and 7 to go for Ellenwood. With 11-12 left before we break for intermission. Corvette's under center with the tight end right. It's Wings here to the near side. The lone setback is Osborne. 3-step drop, backside pressure. Corbett throws out pattern, caught by Ringgreen in his stomach as he hauls it in. Forward progress to the 40. He is hit immediately and dropped by Dalton Eastep. But it's a gain of 10 yards and an Ellenwood first down. The longest pass completion of the night for the Eagles. Whistles blow and they blow the play down. It's even fighting for yardage. inside. He's up to the 49, but a yard shy of the first down. It's a gain of 7.
It's a nice play. Those are such plays that going to be. That's that makes perfect sense from the situation of how quickly he was able to explode around that side.
5'9", a buck 50, a sophomore, has 81 yards on the ground. First play of the season. This will mark off a sizable what if for the Ellenwood offense if they're going to have now first down and change the distance from their own 41-yard line. Ball takes on the far side left hash. The road team in the road whites and the blue pants and blue half work from left to right. Ellenwood now faced with first and 20 after the illegal block. 8:17 to go here in the second quarter. We're tied. A low-scoring affair at 8 apiece here in Brookville. Pull that under center. Tight end right. Slide to left. Swings to the near side right. The wide right side of the field. Corvette. Pump takes left. He's going deep down the sideline. Cameron Williams can't catch up to the football as it falls in completed 27 strikes with right coverage by their two. William White here down the left side.
He was going to strike this guy. Nice that, the slight reception he made has got to be just right on target.
Who's been all over the field tonight defensively.
He's okay with that because it brings up 3rd and
16. Dalton Garrett, the ball carrier.
Yeah, a couple nice things that I saw. One, he had great position, but great credit to Garrett Hayes of Ellenwood, was able to get a block on Diggity, which allowed for a couple extra yards, but they were not expecting the Dalton East stuff to come up as far as he did and make a very nice tackle.
3rd down, 16 to gain for Ellenwood. Ball placed to the near side right hash. The Reds going to work out of the pistol. Tanner Osborne behind him, kicks to the far side left. Takes the chest high snap. Elsewhere with good pressure. Swings it over the middle. Down at the 20. And Whitehair's got his first interception at the varsity level with 7:02 remaining in the second quarter. Saline will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
You mentioned a couple plays back about Whitehair making being able to have good coverage because he knows they dropped the way in the receiving side. It kind of brought up when he is on offense, he does come back to the ball very much like a defensive back. So he's really doing the same thing, both sides of the ball. And that time I think he just basically turned into the receiver role and said, you know what, you're throwing it out, and I'm going to catch it.
It's right down the seam as Corbett was just off target. Overshooting his intended wideout, Patrick Ingram. Here is Eastep under center, and the ball is on the turf. Eastep tried to pull it out once again at the last moment, and I think Eastep covered up the loose pig at the 19 at the loss of two. El Saline avoids disaster there deep inside their own territory, inside the left corner. He's got a great pocket around him. He throws deep for wide there. He makes the catch at the 50. Down the ball, down the untouched. 15-10-5. Touchdown, Caleb Whitehair. His 6th reception of the season. It's an 81-yard strike, the longest play from scrimmage for El Saline on the 2010 calendar year. Nearly 14-8 with 6:05 to go in the second quarter. We talked about with 6:05 left here before halftime. We'll take a break. You're listening to El Saline Football on top of Real Country 1017. Officially, as El Saline takes a 16-8 lead, and Dalton Eastep has thrown for a touchdown, and he's run for a touchdown as well. He's playing a heck of a game this far, and the offensive line is holding up quite nicely.
Well, they've done a better job the last few plays. Let's hope we don't have another breakdown. That's on the way. 55 seconds, 2 plays, 81 yards. Not a bad series.
6:05 on the clock, second quarter. As the clock runs here in the second quarter, 16-8 El Saline on top, 2nd and 6 for Ellenwood from their own 35. as well. Wingman goes in motion to the left side of the formation. Corbett hands it off to Tanner Osborne. He keeps his pad level down and gets outside for a gain of a couple. The old Saline defense there to make the tackle. Lucas Bass comes up from his right quarterback position to make the spot. I should say rather, gain of 3 on the spot and throw it down. Third down and 2 for the Eagles with 4:44 left. Second quarter, 16-8, El Saline on top. Corbett under center. The lone setback is Osborne. Pair of wideouts left and right. Ball on the far side left hash. Goes up quarterback keeper straight ahead. Got hit by J.T. Schneider at the point of attack. And he stops shy of the first down as he is not get across the 40-yard line. The kick is about a foot of a football across the 40 for the first down. No gain on the play. Actually, Washington on this one. It'll bounce at the El Saline 37. Hill comes get out of the way. Whitehead thought about coming up the ground. And it'll be down by Ellenwood at the El Saline 37-yard line where the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 with 3:39 left here in the second quarter. How big is this drive for El Saline to take a back on some more points?
This should be big. You need the defense to step up. And
I'm always surprised that they went ahead and threw it. You know, they've a couple of high snaps last few times. And so, you know, Brad's going to have the back of my mind with them helping run the special teams.
but they kind of moved one of the players over.
Clapping and going to watch that. And so, really surprised if the offense going to keep this momentum.
Defense working from the shotgun on first down. Cody Easter with blanket coverage on Diggity. Ball sails out of bounds.
For Saline. Interesting though, last offensive possession to an 81-yard touchdown pass. Come back again next time they have the ball.
Who's getting his first varsity start at quarterback his senior year. He's out of the run on 2nd and 10 with 4 receivers on the pattern. Looks right, throws for Whitehair on the bubble screen. Whitehair trying to juke his man. Gets around the corner. Whitehair, look at the speed. He's across the 50 to the 40. Falls by everybody. He's at the 30 to the 40 to the 10. Caleb Whitehair. Caleb Whitehair with a 62-yard touchdown. Catch and run, his second touchdown of the night, and it's 22-8. El Saline. That play looked like it might turn into a 6, maybe a 7-yard gain. It looked like Ellenwood had the angle, then he just turned on the Jets.
He turned it on him again. Okay. He's a weapon. He's no match in the first time we saw him in scrimmage, in late August. He's got his hands on the ball. He's a great player.
2-point conversion try here. Zista pitches it out to Jose Elias, who gets hit, sheds a tackle, and scampers into the end zone.
With a 2-point try, it's 24-8 with 3:18 remaining. And in the second quarter,
El Saline on top, playing with a little extra motivation here on homecoming and trying to get off to a 1-0 start in district play. El Saline football tonight.
brought to you in part by the El Saline High School Booster Club. El Saline High School would like to thank the El Saline Booster Club
for co-sponsoring these broadcasts. We appreciate your continued support of our high school students. Also, Bud Rob and Trucking, a proud supporter of El Saline Athletics. They're glad to Trucking providing service since 1973. And Bobcat of Salina, wishing each and every El Saline athlete the best of luck this season.
Go back for the car 50 road, 22 seconds, and 48 minutes.
Saline leads 24-8 against the Ellenwood Eagles. Both teams with their first district contest. Jared Winter, the left-footed kicker, blasted away, and it's scooped up by Cody Eastern at the 25. Hesitates, looking for a block, breaks outside, gets across the 30 to the 35, and he's out to the 39-yard line before he's hit. It's incomplete. Covered by the freshman.
Dropped down a little bit on the other right now.
And we've seen this happen the last 3 weeks, except the roles have been reversed.
Exactly.
Breaking the huddle, the Ellenwood Eagles in the home, parting the road lights from left to right on 2nd and 10 from their own 39.5-yard line. Swings to the far side left, one wide out, right of the line, to pull back to the right, nothing to the left. On the left sideline, good coverage by Caleb Whitehair on the intended target. Brandon Williams, the team's leading receiver in terms of receptions on the season with 7. He's 6'2", 165 pounds, a junior. He's a good target on the left side, but Whitehair's there with him all the way. And it's 3rd and 10 now after the incomplete pass from Kyle Corbett.
The Eagles are not going to hold back. They're going to continue to go after it. I am a little bit surprised that they might try to run the ball a little bit more to keep up that line. Not many players. It looks like they're getting a little bit winded.
Haven't been to the playoffs since 04. Their offense scores 22 points a game. Fullback doesn't see the blitz coming up the backside, and Dalton Eastep brings it down back at the 30. A loss of 10 on the play. Also coming over from his right end position was Cody Johnson, who combines on the tackle, and with 2:43 left here in the second quarter. The Ellenwood Eagles are placed with 4th and 20 yards from their own 30.
Definitely a good situation now. Whitehair back, we just see on the line. Just want to get an opportunity.
Diggity Arceo's back at the 50. Whitehair back at the 35. The left-footed punter, Bingley, kicks to Diggity Arceo, who makes the catch on the run. Outside, he has a block from Whitehair. He's across the 50. 37-yard line of Ellenwood, and that's where El Saline will take over after the 13 yards. Punt return by Diggity Arceo, his first punt return of the season. And El Saline once again with good field position to start this drive. They've scored 24 unanswered points and lead 24-8 with just over 2 minutes remaining here before halftime.
Now we've seen the last 2 times, well, both drives were 2 plays each, but Eastep is not afraid to drop out and throw deep. See if that trend continues. We look at the formation, I would expect that it would.
Eastep's over 150 yards passing, 143 of those on 2 touchdowns. Eastep rolls left, stiff arm to man, it's not going to work, he's going down. Good tackle in the open field for with the Ellenwood defense. Nick Espinosa, a 5'9" senior, making the sack, and it's a big loss back to the Ellenwood 46-yard line. It's a loss of 9 on the sack for the Ellenwood defense.
Continues to run under 1:40 left here until halftime.
I would probably anticipate that a young man by the name of Schweitzer might get a direction of this play.
East's been sacked 3 times. Right here is wide right. Turns to each side for each step. He rolls right, looking to throw. Chucks it over the middle. Diving attempt at the football is made by Diggity Arcello. The Ellenwood offense there. That's a complete running back, fitting his pace. Terry King wants the catch, and he'll get it at the 30. Reception by Diggity Arceo. You know, he had some nice catches last week against Cedric, too.
He did. He really came on towards the end of that time.
Got 3 balls for 61 yards.
26 on touchdown for Houston in the third quarter of that game. Saline 62-42.
Cardinal football brought to you in part by Joe and Jenna Pat.
Listen to Cardinals to Boston to pursue excellence in everything
They do, whether it's in the classroom or on the field. Cardinals are preparing themselves for the future. Success is built on integrity and character, so strive to be the best you can be. Good luck. From Joe and Gina Care of Care Farms. Timeout on the field, a minute 08 left before we break the halftime. 24-8. Saline on top and playing much better football than what we've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they have. But it was something we kind of expected with the way the schedule was. And, these are the games that matters. The first part is let's just the preseason and get tuned up for these district games. They've come to play. I think they probably had some very good words.
What the coach was making the coaching spot. The coach did actually a couple weeks ago. Therefore, just want to get him back to some of the basic fundamentals. We've seen much better tackling than that. We've seen better protection from the line. Getting the quarterback time to play.
Eastwood has a running back to each hit in the backfield. They're setting up the slip screen for Lucas Pace, who has 2 blockers in front, makes the catch and has the first down as his feet are across the 40, to the 26-yard line. They needed 7, and the Cardinals picked up 8, and they moved the sticks with 59 seconds left. The clock stops where they moved the sticks for high school football in the state of Kansas. And Saline has a fresh set of downs from the 26-yard line of Ellenwood. 2-minute drill in here for the Cardinals. They hurry up to the line. Estep out of the shotgun. Ball placed on the right hash. Pump fakes. Now throws deep to the corner of the end zone. Up high to jump ball. And is broken up in the back right corner of the end zone by Cody Eastern on the coverage he was looking for his number 1 go-to receiver, Caleb Whitehair.
That stops, and it's second down for the Cardinals. That's our back line for Leon. That's the timeout today. Marvelous run by Cardinals should have thrown or should have thrown a nice saving call for the first step of the team. What was that call? Marvelous thing to do is open the head and just get underneath. So that should be a confidence boost before next time the big kind of disruption, he's going to be ready.
4 wideouts on a pattern. Estep takes the belt high snap, backside pressure, feels it, steps up in the pocket, then gets met by the grill of an Ellenwood Eagle. Ian Gehring hit him and took the football away from him as well. A flag is down at the 40. This will be a big loss either way. Ellenwood head coach Monty Dahl saying he's got the football.
Yeah, I've got to think it's a personal foul. But I'm not sure what the... You got to think the severity with the amount of force and then the elevation upside down.
It's on Ellenwood. It is a personal foul. It's moving the football to the official. They'll head off down inside the 20. Spots it at the 15 over on the far side half mark. And Saline burns the timeout. 35.9 ticks on the clock here in the second quarter. Saline, I think, just caught a break.
Yeah, I think they did. Was that the unsportsmanlike that they called? And, so obviously I don't know who.
They not seem to have something that really cannot protect them. They started off flag. And, you don't really want to beat out the make that mistake to protect, right? In front of the official. And Yeah. Sign up from your right time left. So, you know, you can still throw up 480 cover for the pass to the stop. So they made the change. But probably would anticipate probably 3 attempts into the end zone right now. 35 seconds on the clock. Saline football brought to you by Geofred, a local manufacturing company. We're creating and hardworking people unite as a team to produce high-quality football. Morning equipment for the environmental market.
Saline with a 24-8 lead. They've scored 3 touchdowns unanswered and converted on all 3 two-point conversion attempts. Dalton Eastep has taken over at quarterback. He's the 4th quarterback to start for Saline this season, and the Cardinals are playing the best football that they've played since the first half of Week 1 against Bennington when they led 34-0 at the break and went on to win 41-0 to kick off the season. They're up 24-8, and out of the timeout lineup with Eastep out of the shotgun. Roundouts to the left, Colton Johnson and Diggity Arceo. Flanked over to the right is Lucas Bass and Caleb White here with Jose Arias hit right. And Dalton Eastep races up front with Tony Schneider, Ford, and Logan Brooks, the right tackle. Eastep takes the knee-high step, shuffles to his left, steps into the pocket. Is hit as he throws. He had Diggity Arceo wide open. And the left corner of the end zone. As he got hit, took him after that throw, and he throws him to Daisy Woodward to pick it up. And that was pretty much back the same distance as a staple of off back and shortstop the first.
And has to set and get a little bit more on that. Fun to watch. That's been a lot of time out. The last person to give these sets of moves and encouragement is one of his best friends, Mr. Tate Omlin.
Early on that side this week, making progress in the run. We're running through the field with 30 seconds on the clock. Grab 10 minutes going to be on. Illegal grab and out from there. Eastep gets one of the foot pass and a person goes up into the red number off his 6. It's incomplete. This is the third. And it's a hold on Saline. And so now they're going to have to replay second down. And instead of from the 15, they're making the 25. They take it up in the one. So now we're going to wave this off. I'd almost say that the amount of time for her to cut the penalty. But then again, when you look at scoring strikes of 62 and 81, and both the official ball back to about 25 to the 30 with a little bit of running. Offensively, if I look at this, really with this time, you got 22 points. I'll come back to keep up. I have a practice with that, but that's going to give me a little bit more room to work with on the season. That's a kind of right here. As Mayfield is up top. He steps on the shotgun, back up to the right front mash. Right through at the ball out of field.
Coverage as Ellenwood didn't buy it for a second. The penalty flag is in. I think Diggity caught it beyond the line.
It's going to be 2 forward passes. He was not dropped back enough to make it a lateral. It was a forward pass, and then he went ahead and threw it down in that way. I believe that should also be a loss of down, pushing back 14 seconds.
What do you think of the play call?
I like it.
I did too.
I really liked it. I'm kind of surprised. We wanted Coach King to open up. I didn't know he'd open it up quite that much.
A little trickery from the old ball coach.
Yeah, that's I'm glancing down here, and it's kind of nice to see someone use the word old school a little bit. A head coach on the sideline without the headsets on.
Right. He's got Zach Willis right there with him. Zach out for tonight's game. He was listed as questionable midweek. He stepped from the gun with 12 seconds on the clock. Just chucks it downfield. It's deflected and nearly caught by Diggity Arceo. It was deflected at the line. There was a lot of congestion at the 35-yard line. And is there another flag down?
No, it's not, but it doesn't look like I was mistaken, so I apologize. It was not loss of down on that last penalty. I was under the interpretation that it would be. And so, honestly, this works out better. 7.9 seconds, that's about all you need to go towards the end zone.
8 seconds left before we break for halftime. Saline's going to get one more shot on 4th and 30. This drive, they were as deep as the 15 to pay dirt. They're at the 35-yard line of Ellenwood. Out of the shotgun, Dalton Eastep deep in the gun with Caleb Whitehair tight to the right side of the formation. Ball on the far side, right hash. Eastep drops back deep in the pocket, steps up and lets it fly. A rocket down the sideline, and Whitehair doesn't make the catch down the far boundary. We had a tough angle on it from up here. Whitehair was in good position to make the catch, and I think he pulled it in, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that's got to be about the only thing. And you know, we've seen that with a lot of the routes that these receivers are running. They do run very tight to the sideline to where they're giving themselves up some real estate.
And believe it or not, that didn't take the entire 7.9 seconds. It took 7.3 seconds off the clock, so Ellenwood will get one more shot at it. Down 24-8 from their own 35. See if they run a play or drop to a knee. 0.6 on the clock before we break for halftime, an extended halftime break because it's homecoming here at El Saline. Wings left and right for Corbett. Takes the snap, drops to a knee, and that's it for the first half. 24-8. El Saline leading at the break. They have thrown the ball much more than I think we both anticipated coming up. Ellenwood scored the first touchdown on a blocked punt, but they returned the distance, and El Salinas came back with an Eastep 3-yard touchdown run. Eastep hit Whitehair for an 81-yard strike and then hit him again for a 62-yard touchdown, and El Saline leads 24-8. Are you surprised about how much they've thrown the ball?
Yes and no. I mean, you've got such great receivers, highlighted by of course, Caleb Whitehair, that you've got to throw. You've got to get him in the ball game. If you just simply try to run the ball, power that ball up there, you're really losing one of your top weapons. They've done a very good job of mixing it up. I've been very impressed with that. I think it's a situation here later on that they've got more confidence in the throwing game, and two big plays, that's definitely outstanding that they've gotten. And let's look at the other side. The 8 points that they've given up, where basically you had to break down the scoreboard, and we see that the Cardinals are ahead.
Cardinals have dropped their last three to Hutch, Trinity, Remington, and Sedgwick. They're trying to get closer to 500, and they're trying to start out 1-0 in district play. The Kansas State High School Activities Association has lumped the 2A classification in with 3, 4, 5, and 6 and reduced the number of playoff teams, meaning for 2A, because there's so many more schools, you've got to add an extra district game, an extra team to each district, reduce the number of total districts. El Saline's district is themselves, Ellenwood, Plainville, La Crosse, and Inman, but this would be a good start for El Saline. Talking to a lot of other media figures in the last couple of weeks as the season's kind of started to develop, we've heard a lot of talk about how good La Crosse is. El Saline's kind of an unknown because of their injuries and who they've played, but Inman is the other team that everybody's been talking about them being a lot better. Don't know a ton about them, but El Saline, with the roster they have, if they can get some guys healthy, you'd think they'd have a great opportunity to get back to the playoffs for the fourth straight year.
Yeah, this is definitely, you don't ever want to say that this early in the season it's a must-win game, but quite frankly, this is a must-win game. I mean, if you were to drop this contest, it's going to be very difficult to get yourself in a position to get one of those two spots. And, it's not over. We don't want to say that it's a done deal yet, because there's still going to be 24 minutes of hard-fought football left to play. And, you have seen that one play here, one play there can make a difference. I think, when we look at it, ball possession is going to be critical. Maintain those drives, because your best way to win that ball game is to keep the other offense off the field, especially right now, El Saline with the lead. Let's go ahead, continue to get that cushion. I have a feeling Coach King's going to come out and say, guys, it's 0-0. He's not going to play to protect the lead. He's going to play to win a ball game.
Dalton Eastep, the homecoming king tonight, 6 of 18 for $180 and 2 touchdowns in the first half alone. He's on pace for well over 300 passing yards. A couple of real nice run and catch by Caleb Whitehair on both touchdown passes, but Eastep and Whitehair have found a bit of a rhythm, and we talked on the way up here on the drive, and then we talked before we got on the air, and we talked throughout the course of the first 2 quarters about Dalton Eastep and how good of a baseball player he is, and how we expected that to carry over somewhat to him as a quarterback, embracing that leadership role, and we know he can throw the ball, and we finally got an opportunity to see that in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten his rhythm going. The first few attempts that he had really weren't that far off. Again, a couple that basically they were in his hands. Dropped him. Another one, a white hair, kind of down on the sideline that ran out of some space. One towards the end zone where he ran out of real estate down there as well. So I think they've really scripted good play calls for him. He's made decent decisions. I really have not seen any bad decisions. Yeah, there's been some plays for losses, but at the same time, give credit to that Ellenwood defense because they were able to plug those holes and really make some things happen from that side of the ball.
Saline received the opening kick. Ellenwood got on the board first, 24-8, our halftime score. And I have a sneaking suspicion as the clock winds down under 10 seconds that they're going to add time to this halftime to give the players for both teams an extra couple of minutes to get stretched out, loosened up before we resume play here in the third quarter. So we'll take a 2-minute break as they put 3 more on the clock. We'll take a 2-minute break and return for the third quarter after this. Saline leads Ellenwood.
Hungry? Well, Cozy Inn is inviting all visitors to Salina to its only icon, simple burgers that taste terrific. Cozy's recent claim to fame is being named one of the 8 wonders of Kansas cuisine. Cozy has been in Gourmet Magazine twice, plus Travel Channel The Best 101, coming in at 69. Always open 10 to 9, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 10 to 8. So come to Cozy Inn for legendary sliders and buy 'em by the sack. Salina's own taste sensation. Cozy Inn, downtown Salina.
Have something to ship? Ship Pack Mail. It's back to school, and if you know someone in college, why not send them a care package? It'll make their day. Or maybe you've got grandkids who would love to receive a Halloween package from you. Or you can ship your luggage right to your next vacation destination. And if you're planning on making a move soon, let us pack and ship some things for you. A vacation, holiday, a move, or a little something to someone you love. There are all kinds of reasons to ship this season. Ship Pack Mail, 2314 Planet Avenue in the Galaxy Center.
You can't always control when you get sick or injured, or when you'll need diagnostic imaging. But you can control where you get that CT scan. You should know that only Salina Regional Health Center can bring you superior new 4D high-speed CT technology that generates the most precise images for the most accurate diagnosis. Even better, this new technology uses the lowest amounts of radiation, just half that of older equipment. And it's comfortable for all patients, from small children to the largest adults, even those who are uncomfortable in closed spaces. So remember this, you do have control over this aspect of your health care. You do have a choice for CT. Tell your physician you want high-tech image quality for the most accurate diagnosis. Central Kansas, Salina Regional.
Your home for Cardinals athletics. Real Country, 101.7.
James Westling, Brian Berner, Dan Fisk with you from Brookville, Kansas. Saline at the break, 24. Ellenwood 8. Ellenwood entered in 2-2, 1-2 in league play. They play in the Mid-Central Activities Association under Monty. Saline 1-3, 1-3 in Heart of America League play, but it's time for district for the Cardinals. The first season you can wipe the slates clean for both teams, as Saline looked good in the first half. In terms of play calling, you mentioned there during the halftime, you think Saline comes out and hums it all over the field like they did in the first 2 quarters.
I don't see any reason to change. I mean, if you've got something going that's working, you've got the confidence going, and then to me, the worst thing that you could do is really to back it off, because you've got a guy that this is his first start at quarterback. It's all about repetition. It's about repetition in game situations. When you look at these guys, they don't have the luxury of going against the number ones all the time, because the number ones are basically on both sides of the ball. And so, you want to treat this as, I'm not going to say, a glorified practice, because it's still an important game to win. But you really want to make every possession that you have important where you're going to get something out of it. Because, ultimately it's getting through these next 2 quarters, winning these next 2 quarters, walking away the first game of district 1-0, and then the second tier that you want to get out of this is preparing yourself for that game plan against Plainville. 4 games, 4 quarterbacks, what sort of routine have they gotten themselves into? And so those are the important things that we really want to look at.
When you look at District 6, La Crosse is 4-0. They're very good, but Ellenwood is in second at 2-2 based off of their league records prior to district play. El Saline and Inman both 1-3, and Plainville's 0-4. So El Saline has a chance. They've got a shot to slip in there, and they've got a shot to build some momentum as they go to Plainville next week.
Yeah, they really do. And to me, I'm going to look ahead, here too, and play all the what ifs when you get through there. And in my mind, I'm getting Tate Omley back. But from what I've seen, what I have built up to this point, I don't know if I make a move with Tate offensively. I can see where he's important to us, and we're missing him on that defensive side of the ball. It's a call that Coach King has to make, but it's definitely something in the back of my mind as I think ahead. Where do I want him? Because he's not going to be in game shape, right? And so it's bad of me to think that far ahead, but. First things first, we've got to get this opening kickoff here to start the second half.
El Saline will kick from right to left. Keep in mind they're without Zach Willis, and they're without Ryan Sprinkle tonight. 24-8 Cardinals, scoring 24 unanswered after a blocked punt was returned for a touchdown by Ellenwood, and they took an 8-0 lead. Cardinals with a 3-yard touchdown run by Dalton Eastep. Whitehairs caught an 81 and a 62-yard touchdown, respectively. Ensuing kick taken by Cody Eastern. Starts right, hesitates, tries to cut it back left, gets a couple of blocks, still churning those legs, moves the pile up to the 40 and to the 43-yard line before he's finally taken down by an El Saline Cardinal in the red tops. Ellenwood will start from left to right on the left hash mark. 1st and 10 from their own 43. For the Eagles in the first half, Kyle Corbett was 3 of 6 through the air with a pick. He had 4 carries for negative 13 yards. 3 of those were sacks. Tanner Osborne did some damage on the ground. 4 rushes for 21 yards. Patrick Ringerine 2 for 6, and Dalton Garrett 2 for 13. Slot backs left and right on 1st and 10 with a wide receiver to each side as well. For Corbett under center, 5-step drop. Has pressure by Arias. Throws it deep. Didn't get enough on it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Schmutz, the freshman, to the 50. Gets a block, 45, and he's hit at the ribs and taken down at the Ellenwood 44-yard line. The first interception by the freshman in his young career, and a nice return as well.
Ball was definitely underthrown, and Schmutz did a great job of recognizing, coming back. And the nice thing was he was very confident and calm about having his teammates help get a return set up. Great way to start the second half.
1st and 10, El Saline. 1 play, 1 turnover here to start the third quarter for the visitors, the Eagles of Ellenwood. He steps out of the shotgun with a pair of wideouts bunched to the right side of the formation. Running option that way, pitches it out. Beautiful pitch to Arias. Arias has the corner. He's got 5. He's got 7. Stays on his feet. He's got the first down and more. It's a gain of 12. Scampering up the right boundary. Good balance to keep his feet inbounds and pick up an extra 5 yards. Tight-roping that sideline, and El Saline moves the sticks on 1st and 10.
Let's look at the first few possessions of the game to the first possession here of the second half. What has happened? The passing game. The passing game has really helped to open things up to allow that. Ellenwood didn't have an idea of what Eastep could do throwing in the first half. They were able to really plug that middle. So that's where the two go hand in hand together.
11:29 left third quarter. Dive play, left guard. And it's Jose Arias getting the call. Takes it to the 30 before he is tackled there by Garrett Hayes. It's a gain of 3 on the conservative 1st and 10 call, bringing up 2nd and 7. Ball placed just inside the right hash mark for El Saline as they work from right to left, and the home Reds up 24-8, trying to add to that. They've scored 24 unanswered. Offensive line that continues to look pretty solid.
They're doing a great job down the trenches, and yeah, those guys, they work hard, don't get a lot of credit, but tonight they're definitely definitely doing the job.
E-step from the gun. 3 receivers on a pattern. Tucks it as the protection breaks down. Breaks left to the 30. 25, 20. Turns on the Jets. Turns the corner. 15, 10. Stretches for the end zone, and they're going to mark him down at the 2. Forced out of bounds on the coverage for Ellenwood, Patrick Ringering.
And again, we talked about good decisions that E-step was making. Again, knowing the type of competitor he is, how hard he wants to play. You know, he could have tried to make that last-ditch effort to try to get the ball just inside that pylon, but then he would have been exposing the ball. He really did a great job of saying, you know what, we got a good gain, we're going to take it, got that first down. He still took a hard hit, but he's getting back up. Let's get that ball in the end zone.
28-yard run, the longest of the night for either team. Quarterback sneak, E-step off the left side, dives into the end zone, over the pile, and he's in there. Touchdown. And it's 30-8. El Saline with the lead. E-step has accounted for 4 touchdowns tonight, 2 on the ground and 2 in the air. El Saline's going to go for 2. Dalton E-step had 118 yards on the ground last week against Sedgwick and 2 touchdowns in the second half. He's got a career-high 4 here tonight for El Saline. They're going for 2. Option right. Flag comes in. Bad pitch from E-step this time. Picked up on the run by Kyle Corbett. They're going to blow him dead on the 2-point try rather than let him take it to the house. But again, there's a penalty flag down with 10:38 left in the third quarter, and it's on El Saline. It's declined. El Saline's 2-point try no good for the first time tonight, but the touchdown stands, and El Saline pushes their lead to 22 with 10:38 remaining here in the third quarter. Some quick strikes tonight by El Saline.
There have been. It's it's all about confidence, and this team, I think, right now is seeing some confidence. I didn't get a chance to really visit to find out how the coaching staff felt the practices went this week. But again, we both made the comment. This team looked very loose and very ready to play prior to the game. I thought it was one of the better pre-games that I'd seen them go through this season. And right now, it's turning out to be that same way.
El Saline 30, Ellenwood 8 with 10:38 left here in the third quarter. El Saline football brought to you in part by Aaron Phelps, your local Pioneer seed sales representative, committed to putting the right product on the right acre. Find out more about the best products for your farm and contact Aaron at 493-2418. Also, El Saline High School would like to thank the El Saline High School Booster Club for co-sponsoring these broadcasts and hooking us up with some sweet shirts. We appreciate the continued support of our high school students, and cinnamon rolls tonight as well.
Yeah, let's not forget that. And I think we're going to have a little throwdown with the Ellenwood guys before we get out of this press box tonight.
We might just start eating them on the air. That might solve all of our problems.
I've yet to meet food I didn't like.
Jared Winter's going to kick it off from right to left. El Saline leading 6-0 here in the second half, but 38 over the course of 2 quarters plus. Ensuing kick, bobbled and dropped and picked back up from Osborne. That's Cameron Williams, who returns this kick out across the 35 to the 36 before he's tripped up at the ankles. And that's where Ellenwood will start from left to right. They got the opening kickoff here to start the third quarter. Ran one play. It was an interception returned by El Saline, and then the Cardinals punch it in.
I've seen a lot of missing balls, and I'm still convinced in my mind it's that left-footed kicker.
You said it. It spins a different way. Ellenwood's yet to field a kick cleanly thus far. Under center, Corbett, wings to each side. He's going to keep it himself on the midline option and take it up the left hash mark for a gain of 8 yards as he lowers the shoulder. Johnson there to make the hit for the El Saline defense.
Earlier tonight, we had some music playing, background bed that's on Monday Night Football gig going. We look up above the lights. I kind of figured like I'm in one of those old Soldier Field games with a little bit of haze coming down.
And I think a lot of it is smoke from the homecoming festivities. The guy with the allergies is bad as I am. That bothered me a little bit. Here's Corbett He's going to hand it off to the big bruising runner, Tanner Osborne. Straight up the left side over the back of his center, Jake Christensen, for a gain of 2. Forward progress gives him that distance, and it's a first down. Cardinals look to move to 2 or 3. Get to the playoffs for the first time since 2004. They've lost 10 of their last 11. District 9 of their last 12. Corbett sunrise. Osborne. Lineouts flank left and right. Side of the line. Puts it in the zone. Got the turf, but he scooped it back up. Right at the line of scrimmage. Crosby.
Maybe even lost the ball on there. He's going to be a lozenge or something. He is yelling out there, getting this defense pumped up, getting them in the right position. And that was a big improvement in the last play.
Second down, 11 to gain. Fake to the up back, end around. Smuts there to make the tackle. He strung it out beautifully. Wasn't fooled at all, and he stayed home. Moved a little to his left to make the tackle on Dalton Garrett for a loss of 4 yards. That might be the defensive play of the night.
I was just going to say that was my play of the game right there on the defensive side of the football. Schmutz did a great job. He saw how that play was developing. He went in there, and again, we talked about missed tackles the previous weeks. He just went and got him the way he was supposed to do it. And Coach Ludus was jumping up, and great job for his defense right now.
Saline team has a lot of young players that have taken the field here in the last 4 weeks, and they've got some talent out there. They bring an extra blitzer. Here's the snap and the throw. Up for grabs. Whitehair, he's got room to run. 40. Whitehair 50. Then he's going to down. Scoots outside. Hits the 3. Breaks the tackle. Down to the 15. At the 14-yard line. Pushed out of bounds. The touchdown saving tackle made by Derek Moss, an offensive lineman. There's a penalty flag down back at the 35. This will likely come on the return. The interception will hold up. It's on El Saline. A block in the back on the interception return as Whitehair took it down the right sideline for a sizable gain. But El Saline's going to have the ball back after Corbett chucks his 3rd interception of the night, and Whitehair's caught 2 of them.
Yeah, it's, again, it goes back to the situation. He's playing the exact same position on both sides of that ball. And, whether it's on the offensive or defensive, he's going to go up and he's going to catch. He does a great job of coming back to the ball. He does a great job of controlling his body when he's up in the air. He is a player that is really going to do some great things in these next 2 years.
A couple of interceptions. Estep has thrown 2 touchdowns. He's out there at quarterback. El Saline will start after the 10-yard penalty at the 35, at the 45 of Ellenwood. With 7:32 left here in the 3rd quarter of play, nursing a 22-point lead. On Ellenwood, who scored first on a blocked punt that they took the distance 35 yards out. Estep is deep in the shotgun with Arias hip left. They'll run speed option left. Estep's keeping it as he crosses the 45 to the 44.
Good decision making. There's no sense in risking that pitch after unless you're absolutely sure of it. He was able to cut in, 3 defenders coming up, was able to tuck in, get that 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Still playmaking ability out there.
7 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Estep comes up under center with wideouts left and right. Lucas Bases tight to the left side of the line. Arias gets the call, takes it right side on a power play and has some room across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Patrick Ringery makes the stop. Like the gap there on the right side of the line for Rice to win. Still a sizable gain of about 6.
Excellent play on all that I was thinking. I was expecting them to go ahead and drop back before that play. But it's a great call by they were able to see how things were kind of leading up and develop. Now they're 3rd and 4.
Down, E-step under center. Pair of wideouts left and right of the line. Hard count, head on a swivel under center. Letting the play clock wind down, takes the snap. He actually dropped it, picks it right back up off the turf, and rumbles forward close to the first down. Broken play goes for 3. Bad snap exchange from J.P. Schneider. He looked over the center 2 weeks ago for a foul ball. Wanted the senior. And it's 4th and 1 for LC. With 30-8. Ball played just inside the right hash mark as El Saline works from right to left at the 36-yard line. They need the 35. E-step under center. 3 receivers on the field. Right behind him, up tight, is Jose Arias. A man jumped right side. That's going to give El Saline a free first down. Aaron Williams, the guilty party.
Yeah, that hard count. I don't think it was the intention to use the hard count to actually draw him off like some teams will. But I think it was a situation that his team, they knew, we're gonna throw this cadence off a little bit. Here we get the guy to come over. And as you said, free 5 yards, first down, keep this.
The 5-minute mark, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of Ellenwood for El Saline. It's been a big night of big plays for the Cardinals. Twist up front before the snap. Here's E-step, fakes it to Arias, gets around the right end, lowers his shoulder, and takes down Garrett Hayes. Still gets 3 out of the play. Hayes with a well-earned tackle. E-step carried it 23 times against Sedgwick. Over 20 of those in the second half. He's up to 12 carries tonight. 5 here in the first 7.5 minutes of the third quarter. So he's getting a lot of work tonight. Hadn't thrown a pass yet here in the third quarter of play as El Saline has kept it on the ground. 2nd and 8 from the Ellenwood 29-yard line. 4 down for the Eagles. Lucas Bass comes slot left. Whitehair alone to the top side of the formation. E-step out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. E-step fakes the run. Now he does take off, and he spins off a tackle, plunges forward to the 24 for a gain of 5 yards. Dalton Garrett on the tackle, and it's 3rd down. You keep that.
I'm thinking because Coach Keene can be predictable, but yet unpredictable. Because, they've been in what my thoughts would be a couple passing situations, kept it on the ground. E-step now still under center, so you got to think it's going to be a run.
3rd down and a long 5. Penalty flag comes down, but straight up the middle. Arias is going to take this the distance. Shoots up the A-gap. Nobody was there. Arias takes it untouched, 27 yards for the fastest touchdown of his life. But again, there's 2 penalty flags down, one at the 19, one at the 31, and it looks like this will probably be on El Saline for, I believe, an illegal shift.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be coming back.
The only person in this stadium that was more surprised by the hole there on the right side than me was, I think, the runner, Jose Arias.
Yeah. Had an illegal shift as well as a hold.
So wipe off the 27-yard touchdown run by Jose Arias. And after all the multiple penalties are sorted out, El Saline's going to be faced with 3rd and a mile.
So we have 3rd and 16.
Dalton E-step comes over to the sideline to get the play call from head coach Terry King. Jogs back onto the field. Holding on the offense, that penalty is declined. Illegal motion on the offense, that penalty is accepted. And it's 3rd down and 16, like you said, for El Saline. And now they've got to go to the air, most likely, unless they're trying to.
Yeah, I think it's.
Excuse me, it's going to be.
That's about
3rd down and 13. 3rd down and 13 from the 33-yard line for El Saline. They put Lucas Bass in motion, and E-step drops back to throw and chucks it down the sideline. He had Whitehair and overthrew him down the right boundary. Whitehair would have 2-yard touchdown, but Estep put too much on.
Quick quarterback lesson from Coach King. Maybe half step back a little bit more.
Saline kind of in no man's land. It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 13 from the Ellenwood 33 with 3:18 left in the third, up 30-8. Out of the shotgun with 3 receivers on the pattern. Estep back to throw. It is a slip screen over the middle, and it is incomplete and defended well by Jake Christensen and Garrett Hayes. Diggity Arceo, the intended target. Estep has thrown 2 incompletions here in the third quarter, and Saline will turn it over on downs for the first time tonight. Ellenwood's going to take over from their own 33, 1st and 10, down 30-8.
Big thing is time that had come off that clock. That possession lasted a little over 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
So Ellenwood, with their 2-2 record, brings their offense back onto the field. Kyle Corbett is under center, completes 52% of his passes, but he's thrown 3 picks here tonight. He's going to throw again. This one's over the middle. That's at the Patrick Green. Up the left hand. One man as he gets outside the numbers to the 45-yard line of Saline. Playing in Ellenwood, first down.
Quick strike that time. A little complacent on the defensive side right now. Have the offensive mindset going. Came back. Got to think it's not going to happen again. These guys have got to get their head back down, get to work.
Corbett under center on 1st and 10 from the Saline 45, and they're going to the air this time, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage, batted down by Diggity Arceo's left hand as Corbett goes back to throw, looking for Cody Eastern, and it's second down. A really acrobatic deflection at the line by Juan Diggity Arceo.
Yeah, that was, and that could be the type of play that we need to get this team going back again. I'm seeing guys stand a little bit more. I'm not seeing the enthusiasm or the urgency that we did by this defensive last stance or in the first half.
This is Juan's first year as a true defensive end. Played some linebacker before. Under center Corbett on 2nd and 10. Midline option straight ahead. Osborne sheds a defender and gets across the 35 to the 32-yard line for a gain of 12 yards. And a first down for Ellenwood. And that's their longest rushing play of the evening. It comes by the 5'10 senior. Ellenwood moving the sticks here on Saline midway through the third quarter. Well, deep into the third quarter, I should say, rather. Down to 2:38 left here in this third period. Saline defense has not given up any points. Ellenwood scored their lone touchdown on a special teams play. A blocked kick taken to the end zone. Cameron Williams comes flanked here to the near side right for Ellenwood. Covering him is Caleb Whitehair. Under center is Corbett. Runs off the back of his left guard, and then he runs into the grill of J.P. Schneider, who wrestles him down to the turf. Cody Johnson there in on the tackle as well as he comes up to polish him off. It's a loss of 2 yards on the run. Well, they'll give him forward progress back just to the line of scrimmage. It's third down.
That's still a great play by J.P. Just to get in there, able to see exactly who had that ball, just wrap around, hold on.
And pardon me, this is 2nd and 10 for Ellenwood from left to right at the 31-yard line of Saline. Clock running down inside of 1:43 left in the third. 38, Saline with the lead. Starting 3 sophomores in the secondary tonight against this Ellenwood team. This defense only allowed 15 points per game last season, and Kyle Corbett and Ellenwood's offense is getting called for a delay of game as the penalty flag comes in. And now they're faced with 2nd and 15 from the 36.
And you're down 3 scores. You've got to get those plays in. You've got to realize time's going to be a factor, because when you give up that ball, when Saline gets it back, they're probably going to continue to just get the time, take the time. And it's all.
Corbett calling out a play from the line of scrimmage with 3 receivers on the field, 2 to the left of the line. The lone setback is Osborne. Play action, rolling left, comes back to the right, plants his feet, throws over to the sideline for Cody Eastern. Well defended by the El Saline Cardinals, who run up on that track as it's batted down by Lucas Bass and Cody Johnson on the left side with 1:26 left. And it's 3rd and 15 now for the Ellenwood offense as Kyle Corbett tosses another incompletion on the night. He is 4 of 8 throwing the football, with 3 of those incompletions interceptions. 1:26 to go here in the third quarter. Corbett barking out a play at the line. Rolls the pocket to the near side. Schneider on the hot pursuit. Throws over the middle. Across his body, and it's incomplete. Trapped by Patrick Ringering at the 25. Would have been 3 yards shy of the first down. And it is now 4th down and 15 to gain for Ellenwood from the El Saline 36-yard line.
Well, you definitely have to go for it.
80 seconds left in the third quarter. El Saline 30, Ellenwood 8. Ellenwood, their offense scoring 22 points per game through 4 weeks this season. Their low was week 1 at home against Thomas More Prep. They only scored 8. That's what they have now. 38 El Saline. 23rd quarter. Osborne shifts out of the backfield. Play clock winding down, and Ellenwood's forced to burn a timeout, which gives us a chance to tell you that El Saline football is brought to you in part by American Family Insurance and Steve Sprinkle. Also, the truck store in Brookville, located 12 miles west of Salina on K140 West, offering some low mileage but mostly high mileage. We're maintaining pre-owned trucks. Call 785-104 about your truck needs. Located right next to El Saline Restaurant, just here of us in the press box. Also, special thanks to Julie Weems at Stone Creek Financial Services, working one-on-one with individual clients to help them secure their financial future through a variety of investment options. Any scores to update folks on?
Well, no updates. Hutch still leads South. Last report was 35-0 at halftime. McPherson 42-0 lead at half over Arc City. One update of the game that is in the third quarter. Salina Central has a 10-3 lead over Mays. At Haxton, down at Valley Center, won by 37 points right now in the third quarter. Goddard 40, Valley Center 3. A couple scores from the Wichita City League. Bishop Carroll 31-0 over Wichita East.
Last score we had, Pratt was up on Smoky Valley 21-7.
It's hard to believe that we are this far. I mean, it just seems like not too long ago we were sitting out here on a Friday night watching the scrimmage.
Yes, it does. Season halfway over for some teams after tonight. On 4th and 15, after the timeout, here is Ellenwood throwing down the near boundary. It's caught in stride by Patrick Ringering, but there's a penalty flag down back at the coming back. You can work in the front by Ellenwood as they heard the punt. Time to throw, and he found a wide open wide receiver in Patrick Ringering, who would have caught his first touchdown of the year, the young sophomore. But penalty flag comes in, and is it holding? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was holding.
So we'll replay 4th down, and this time they'll need 25 for the first, and probably go deep once again from El Saline's 46. Minute 11 to go in the third. Go ahead.
Always one of those, Do you roll the dice enough and all this brings young guy over here on the looks like changing up the formation.
Corbett's going under center with twins to the far side left. Cody Eastern flanked out to the near side right. Ball placed on the left hash mark. 5-step drop. Rolling left now is Corbett. Throwing on a comeback route. 6 yards shy of the first down stick for Patrick Ringering, but he one-hopped it to him, incomplete. And El Saline takes over on downs. Here come the big offensive linemen with 65 seconds left in the third, leading 30-8. The Cardinals are back after falling by a combined score of 173-54 in the last 3 weeks against Touch, Trinity, Remington, and Sedgwick. This is El Saline football, and they're up 30-8 with 65 seconds to go and have the ball back. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. This is Cardinal football that we expected to see.
Yeah, it is. again, it's you play good teams early on, get prepared for district play, because ultimately in the state of Kansas, these are the weeks that matter.
E-Step is under center, I formation behind him, gives Arias, steps off a tackle to the right, steps out of another tackle at the 40, down to the 39-yard line of Ellenwood. A gain of 14 yards for Jose Arias, who's back in jersey number 20 after starting on the offensive line the last 2 weeks and wearing number 67.
I thought for a second there he was going to bust that thing loose. He just kept those wheels going. And he's a load to bring down. Strong young man.
Second longest run of the night for El Saline. Dalton E-Step had a 28-yarder earlier this quarter. Arias, the lone setback in motion. Comes Lucas Bass. They'll fake to him, fake the toss to him, that is, and give it to the big fullback. And no, E-Step keeps it. He pulled it out once again of the stomach of Jose Arias and scampers left side around the left end, right up that left hash mark, across the 35 to the 30-yard line, deep in Ellenwood territory for a gain of 9 yards. Quiet gain on the play.
Had you fooled.
He's done that several times tonight.
He has. Yeah, and that was, I had mentioned, good decisions. Again, I'm not going to say that wasn't a good decision. However, if he would have looked out to his left, Bass was right there. If he could have got that pitch, there was not anybody that was going to touch him.
38 our score. Clock runs down inside of 10 seconds, and you hear the siren for the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break. The fourth quarter just around the corner. El Saline looking to go 1-0 to kick off district play here in 2010 without Zach Willis, Ryan Sprinkle, or Tate Omley. They lead at 30-8 here on Real Country 101.7.
KPreps.com is the state's online source for high school football, covering every team and every class with schedules, scores, team pages, league and district standings, state rankings, stats, and team news. Visit KPreps.com daily for featured content like our Around the Classes recap every Tuesday and the pick list each Thursday. And be sure to listen to the Kansas Pregame Radio Show podcast only at KPreps.com. The most informative Kansas high school football website is KPreps.com.
Play here, Real Country 101.7.
El Saline's only called 2 passing plays here in the third quarter, but they haven't needed to throw the balls. They've kept it on the ground and ran out the majority of the quarter. Dalton E-Step has scored here in the third on a 2-yard touchdown run that came with 10:38 left in the third quarter, and El Saline leads 30-8 as we head to the fourth. They have 2nd and 1 at the Ellenwood 30-yard line.
12 minutes, maintain possession. Ellenwood's now going against 12 guys because that clock is now a member of the El Saline Cardinal team.
Yep. It's 12 on 11 now as El Saline works from left to right with the red tops, the black pants, black numerals outlined in white, and the black hats. Ellenwood in the road whites with the royal blue pants, the knee-high red socks, the blue helmets with the Eagle logo on each side. 12 minutes on the clock. El Saline has it on the far side of the field. Ball placed inside the left hash mark with E-Step working under center. Arias the lone setback. Whitehair flanked out to the near side right. Bass slot left. A pair left of the line as Colton Johnson's over that way as well. E-Step under center. Puts Bass in motion from left to right. Steps back to 3. Hit as he throws, but gets rid of it. A tight spiral up in the air, and it is incomplete. Down there by Whitehair and Kyle Corbett, a jump ball situation. Both of them went up for it, and I thought maybe Whitehair caught it on the deflection on his back, but it rolled off the side of his stomach, and it's incomplete.
But again, you see he does a great job of working his way back to that ball. And again, I just continue to be impressed, and I'm really going to look forward to his development these next 2 years. I think he's got a great future ahead of him.
3rd down and 1 to go from the 30-yard line of Ellenwood. Under center, Dalton E-Step trying to add to his rushing total tonight, which has been much more productive here in the second half. Gives to Arias this time. Power play right inside the 30 to the 26-yard line as he's spun down by Patrick Riggery inside the right hash mark for a gain of 5 yards and an El Saline first down.
Again, good drive going. This drive started back on the Ellenwood 48-yard line. the nice thing is that clock continues to run.
Saline 30, Ellenwood 8. Whitehair flaked out to the right. Diggity Arceo's going to come tight left of the formation. Base is in there a wing right. He comes in motion behind the quarterback to the left. E-step, fakes to the back, Arias. Trying to get around the left end, nothing doing. Snuffed out well by the defense. Ian Gehring makes the tackle with Jake Christensen. A gain of a yard on the play down to the 24. Saline trying to punch it in one more time here in the second half. They led 24-8 at the break. Didn't get the 2-point conversion on their lone touchdown in the third quarter. Cardinals have been ranked in the top 5 in Class 2A by 4 major media services this season, including Varsity Kansas, the Topeka Capital Journal, Rivals, and the Salina Journal. Just outside the top 5 according to K-Preps at one point. Here's E-step trying to hand it off to Arias. A good jump on the snap at the point of attack by Ellenwood, forcing a fumble. The Cardinals fortunate to come out with the ball. It's a 4-yard loss and brings up third down and 14 from the 29-yard line of Ellenwood.
And that was a play here in the previous weeks. We wouldn't have come up with that ball.
E-steps under center on 3rd and 14 now. The tight end right, Diggity Arceo. Base is out there with Johnson and Whitehair. Arias the lone setback. Base in motion from left to right. There's the snap. Gives it to Arias. Breaks one tackle down to the 25. Straight up the middle of the field to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5. And Saline's faced with a decision here on 4th and about 9 yards for the Cardinals offense, who have kept it on the ground here in the final 2 quarters. As the clock runs, under 9.5 minutes in the ball game, 30-8, Saline on top.
I'm looking for that little screen out to Whitehair.
The bubble screen went for 62 yards earlier in the game in the second quarter. E-step is under center, a hard count on 4th and 9. Takes the snap, play action, drops to throw, lobs it out to Whitehair. Why not? He catches it in the end zone for a touchdown, just inside the right pylon. Caleb Whitehair reels it in for his 4th reception of the night, and an Saline touchdown, his 3rd of the evening. This one goes for 25 yards and a score.
I was just looking for a little screen, but I like the end result of this one better.
E-step has thrown 3 scores tonight, all of them to Caleb. Saline's going to go for 2. Ryan Sprinkle, who normally kicks extra points for the Cardinals, out tonight with a knee injury. They expect to have him back next week. Zach Willis should be back next week as well for Saline as they go on the road at Plainville. Under center, E-step, double tight to the right side of the formation. Wide receivers left and right. Dive play right side, Arias into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 38-8. Saline on top. We'll take a break. It's Cardinal football on Real Country 101.7.
Saline High School is proud to recognize its September Staff Member of the Month. Zandra Rotrock is the Staff Member of the Month. She has been a custodian at Saline for the past 6 years. She enjoys working at Saline with the staff and students. Zandra also enjoys spending time with her family during the holidays, having barbecues, and just relaxing. Congratulations, Zandra.
Hungry? Well, Cozy Inn is inviting all visitors to Salina to its only icon, simple burgers that taste terrific. Cozy's recent claim to fame is being named one of the 8 wonders of Kansas cuisine. Cozy has been in Gourmet Magazine twice, plus Travel Channel The Best 101, coming in at 69. Always open 10 to 9, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 10 to 8. So come to Cozy Inn for legendary sliders and buy 'em by the sack. Salina's own taste sensation. Cozy Inn, downtown Salina.
This is Saline football. The Cardinals play here. Real Country 101.7.
Pratt leads Smoky Valley on 92.7, 28-13. Salina Central over Mays tonight, 10-3. That game has already gone final. It's a road win for Salina Central. 9:11 left here in the fourth quarter from Brookville, where El Saline leads Ellenwood 38-8. How'd the last scoring drive shape up?
Well, end result, the 23-yard TD. And it took about 3 minutes and about 8 plays.
Good drive by the Cardinals. Good ensuing kick by Jared Winter. Taken on the run by Cameron Williams. Up across the 35 to the 40 into the 41-yard line before he's stopped by a Cardinal. Just outside the numbers, that's where Ellenwood starts 1st and 10 in their own territory, trailing by 30 points. 38 unanswered by El Saline here tonight. Nine minutes and change left here in the fourth quarter. Kyle Corbett under center. Twins to the near side left and a tight end this way as they work from right to left. The Ellenwood Eagles in the road lights. Ball placed on the near side of the field. Hard count, 3-step drop. Quick throw out here to Ringering. Ringering going one-on-one with Diggity Arceo, who makes the shoelace tackle at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a half yard on the quick hit.
Great job by Diggity Arceo there. You know, again, we're getting back to the basics of the tackles. So he's holding his hand a little bit as he comes off the field. You know, that's one thing you don't want to see happen. Up by 30 points in the fourth quarter. Try to stay away from those injuries.
El Saline cannot afford another injury to this team, especially another senior. 8:26 to go in the game. 38-8. Cardinals lead it. 2nd and 11 for Ellenwood. 3 men on the line of scrimmage defensively for El Saline. They drop 7, and the pass is incomplete from Kyle Corbett to Dalton Garrett as he drops to throw on 2nd and 11 on a comeback route right at the 50-yard line, right in front of the El Saline bench. On the coverage was Colton Johnson, the junior. Corbett is 4 of 11 unofficially through the air tonight. With 3 interceptions, Ellenwood doesn't like to throw as much as they've been forced to here tonight. Under center, 3-step drop for Corbett. Throws a quick one. It's caught by Garrett. Garrett breaks one tackle, makes another man miss, and gets a first down for a gain of 12 yards. 3 El Saline Cardinals in the general area. Some nifty moves by the wide receiver, the senior.
Those yak yards, yards after catch, he did a good job. Yeah, that's just where it's just the adrenaline and just the, the want to of an upperclassman like that. He knows, we've got to make something happen. And again, it's kind of the same situation that El Saline's been in the last few weeks. This Ellenwood team, they're not going to roll over and concede this game. They're still coming out, playing hard.
Under center, Corbett, 3 receivers on a pattern. 4-step drop, pump fakes, goes deep down the left sideline for Cameron Williams, who makes the catch over the outstretched arms of Colton Johnson. Races down the left boundary inside the 20 to the 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Cameron Williams, a 46-yard touchdown reception from Kyle Corbett. Corbett's first touchdown pass of the night, and it is a beauty on the money to Cameron Williams for the score.
Able to get it, get free on that sideline. And 46 yards later, he's in the end zone. 38-14, 2-point conversion upcoming.
Ellenwood's going to go for 2 with a Baxton and I, and wide receiver split left and right. Here's Corbett, fakes to the fullback, and now the running back, and throws it over the middle for a wide open Patrick Ringering, and the 2-point conversion is good. And it's 38-16 with 7:37 left. The third quarter of play. El Saline football brought to you in part by Joe and Gina Care, wishing the Cardinals the best and to pursue excellence in everything you do. Whether in the classroom or on the field, you are preparing yourself for your future. Success is built on integrity and character, so strive to be the best you can be. Good luck from Joe and Gina Care of Care Farms. Also, Bobcat of Salina, wishing each and every El Saline athlete the best of luck this season. Go get them cards. So Ellenwood shows their quick strike ability on the 46-yard touchdown from Corbett to Cameron Williams.
Yeah, came quick, a minute 27. 40-22 is what I said at the start of this game.
On the way up, drive up. Unbiased, fair predictions for each game. And he looks awfully good right now.
Yeah.
You look awfully good.
You notice I haven't said any of my results from any of the other games.
Right. You're about to hit the nail on the head on this one. I was going to say you look pretty good except for that KU polo that you're sporting tonight.
Hey, 11 o'clock's going to come early tomorrow.
KU at Baylor tomorrow. 9.5-point spread on that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Couldn't believe it.
You got to be prepared now for the onside kick as everything sets up. Hopefully got your hands, guys. There's that bounce.
That is a good onside kick. Wow.
That's something we had talked about all season long. Hit that ball up high. You're going to get that bounce. And generally, when it hits about the 8-yard mark, that's when it's going to get that high pop. That's exactly what that did. Saline, and I didn't see who it hit, but just was not prepared for that pop-up. Loose ball. Ellenwood jumps all over it.
Saline's going to have to play defense after the onside kick is recovered by the Eagles. Still 7.5 minutes to go in the game. It's 38-16, Saline with a somewhat comfortable lead, but fans a little closer to the edge of their seat than they may have been prior to that onside kick. Corbett with a spread 4 look. Rolls to his right. They'll blow the play dead. Backside pursuit was coming hard by Cody Johnson, who had a untouched lane to the quarterback, but a penalty flag is in, and it's a false start on Ellenwood. So after we take off 5 yards, Ellenwood's going to start 1st and 15 from their own 45, down by a score of 38-16. Homecoming tonight in Brookville, Dalton Estep. Homecoming king. Homecoming queen tonight, Jordan Peschel. For Saline, and Estep's had a heck of a game. 7:31 on the clock. Corbett under center, trips to the far side right. A receiver, Cameron Williams, here to the near side left. Caleb Whitehair defending him. Here comes Cody Johnson off the edge, untouched, but he can't get to the quarterback. Now they pick him up. Corbett, though, going down under fire back at the 40. And that play all started by the pursuit of Cody Johnson. He couldn't get to the quarterback, but he forced somebody to take off their man to hit him, and Saline was able to get in there for the sack. Jose Arias gets to the quarterback as well as Aaron Kearney, who's just limping off the field for Saline. Alex Velasquez, a junior for the Cardinals, who doesn't play a whole lot. He comes to the trainer's table here, and they're going to have to take a look. J.P. Schneider spells him. Saline with just 3 down linemen. They'll bring an extra blitzer. There's that inside slip screen to Patrick Ringgreen, and he is game tackled at the 41 of his own for maybe a yard on the play on 2nd and 21, bringing up 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, I'm continuing to watch Diggity Arcero. He is still very tender. Keeps looking down at that left hand. So I got to think something's up a little bit.
6 minutes and change left in the 4th and final quarter. 3rd and 19 for Ellenwood. Rolling the pocket to the near side. Corbett throws it deep. There's a collision on the near boundary between Colton Johnson and Patrick Ringgreen. Both players are down, and a penalty flag comes in as the ball falls to the grass incomplete. This will likely be PI.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pass interference. Tough situation. They were both kind of going towards it. Again, it's one of those things. Was that ball going to be catchable? Who knows? Flags down. End result. It's going to be a penalty against Saline. Look at players down right now on both sides of the ball. One Patrick Ringgreen, definitely is the one we see. Try to get in and see who we can see that's down on this Saline side.
I believe it was Colton Johnson who made the collision, and looked like the way he jumped up after the hit, it was kind of like he tweaked an ankle. And then he did fall down once he got over here out of balance off to the sideline in front of the Saline coaches.
Yeah, it is Colton Johnson. He's back up.
He's got his hands on his knees, but I think he's probably going to be in better shape than Patrick Ringering, who's being helped off by a member of the Ellenwood coaching staff. With 5:58 to go in the game, it's 38-16. El Saline leads Ellenwood. Here from Brookville, Ellenwood has 1st and 10 from the El Saline 44-yard line after the pass interference call on this play that we speak of. We'll resume action with Kyle Corbett and the Ellenwood offense working from right to left on the near side, left side of the field. Corbett is under center. We've got a pair of wideouts to the right with the tight end that way. The lone setback is Osborne. Cameron Williams to the near side. Corbett's looking right on the little flare screen. It's not there, so he hums it over the middle, and it's picked off by Jared Winter. Winter's got a convoy. Winter across the 50 to the 45, and he's upended at the 44-yard line. And Kyle Corbett throws his 4th interception of the night. Jared Winter has his 1st interception of his varsity career as a sophomore for El Saline.
4th interception of the night, 11th on the season against 3 TDs for Kyle Corbett.
Timeout on the field with 5:47 left in the game. El Saline up 38-16 on Ellenwood. Ellenwood will burn a timeout, so we'll step aside as well. This is El Saline football on Real Country 101.7.
There's a pride in watching your friends and neighbors start a business that grows into an important part of our community. At Bennington State Bank, we offer a wide variety of small business and agricultural loans to help you every step of the way in the process. You meet with local loan officers, neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, to make your business plan a reality. Because we are committed to helping our community grow. Stop by one of our locations in Bennington, Minneapolis, Salina, and Wamego. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is El Saline football. The Cardinals play here. Real Country 101.7.
5:47 left in the game. El Saline 38, Ellenwood 16 here on Real Country 101.7. Hutchinson blasts Salina South tonight. Salina Central goes on the road, gets a win at Mays. Minneapolis upends southeast of Saline 14-12 in a low-scoring affair. Southeast of Saline over on 95.5 have lost 2 in a row. And last we heard Pratt was up 28-13 on Smoky Valley over on 92.7. El Saline will break a 3-game losing streak tonight. Preseason ranked in the top 5 by 4 major publications in Class 2A. Lost 3 in a row against 3A competition. Hutch, Trinity, Remington, they're going at it tonight. And at Sedgwick last week, 62-32 El Saline fell, but they've racked up 38 points, 30-plus for back-to-back weeks, and have a sizable lead here, 1st and 10. From Ellenwood's 44-yard line. After the turnover on downs, here's E-Step. Hands it off to Lucas Bass around left in. Has J.P. Schneider in front to block. Uses it. Cuts left. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. Dives for the pylon. And he's just shy at the 2-yard line. A 42-yard run, the longest by Lucas Bass as an El Saline Cardinal. Andy.
That was a tremendous run. We really haven't seen him be able to get out in open field.
Great patience as well.
Yeah,
on the
very, very much so. And for a young player to be able to really use that patience, outstanding.
5:34. He leads 38-16, trying to add to that total. If they score here, it'll be their highest scoring night of the season. They scored 41 on Bennington the first week. Jose Arias gets the call. Dive play right side into the end zone. 3 yards deep. El Saline will go for 2, and Jose Arias has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. His first came last week on the road at Sedgwick in the 30-point loss. El Saline on top of Ellenwood 44-16. E-Step is under center with the tight end left, Diggity Arceo. E-Step's going to give it to Jose Arias. This time Ellenwood defends it well, and the 2-point conversion is no good.
don't know who this other guy is that picks games on the internet, but he may want to call me next week.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And every time there's a score or a turnover on downs, I can tell that you're feeling that. You're feeling pretty good.
I don't want to wish anything bad on the Cardinals. You guys know that. I've become a big, big Cardinal fan. But 6 points here in this last minute. Got 22.
24-16. You said what, 40?
I said 40. I had written down 40 to 22.
Very close. Baylor tomorrow with a 9.5-point spread.
I'm a Jayhawk.
Taking KU.
So I would take KU.
It's going to be a tough game for KU. They have not won at Waco since the inception of the Big 12.
No, it'll be tough to see.
People don't give Waco enough credit. They don't pack the place, but those fans are loud.
Still got to go KU.
Okay. 5:31 left here. El Saline 44. Ellenwood 16. El Saline football brought to you in part by Kame Farms, a proud supporter of El Saline Cardinal Athletics. Also Bennington State Bank. Stay tuned for the Bennington State Bank postgame report. We'll talk to head coach Terry King and maybe a player tonight. See if Coach King remembers on that. I told him midweek, when you guys win, bring me a player. 5:31 left in the game. Ensuing kick by Cameron Williams at the 24. Straight ahead, has a blocker. Now he angles to the right, running laterally across the 30, covers up the football to get across the 35 and the 36 outside the numbers, but a flag down back at the 31 that might bring this pretty nice return back. It's an illegal block on Ellenwood. And Ellenwood with another penalty in the kicking game. The kicking game has not gone well for Ellenwood after that blocked punt. They blocked an El Saline punt to get on the board 8-0. Early in the first quarter, but the Cardinals of El Saline have not looked back since.
And I think we're going to be in a situation this final 5:21. You know, you're starting to see some different numbers, some different look, meaning some cleaner uniforms coming out on the field now for El Saline. So you normally say it's time now that the younger players get some playing time, but we've had a lot of younger players that have made some impacts tonight.
Keegan Hayes, the sophomore's out there. Tanner Parker, Southfire. Cade Hayes is on the field for El Saline. Colton Johnson's out there as well. Logan Colton's on the field. Handoff on 1st and 10 from Ellenwood's 20-yard line. The Eagles plow straight ahead with Tanner Osborne, who has a gain on the yard. And pardon me, getting the carry was Alan Templeton, a freshman in the game now for Ellenwood, as both teams clear the sidelines, get some younger players into the game. Here comes Jack Rhodes for El Saline, a sophomore on the field, replacing Dylan Dreyer, a senior for El Saline. 4:44 left in the game. 44-16 Cardinals on top. Corbett with an offset eye behind him. Takes it around right in. Nothing doing. Good tackle by Ross Armstrong over there on the right side of the field. Also in on the play was Keenan Tall for the El Saline Cardinals. It's a loss of 2 after the 2-yard gain by Osborne, or pardon me, by Templeton. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Ellenwood from their own 20-yard line. 4:16 left in the fourth quarter, down 44-16. Ellenwood, with a loss here tonight, would drop 11 of their last 12 district games. They haven't been to the playoffs since 04. They got beat by Heston in the first round, 14-7 that year. A 7-3 team that was coached by Monty Dahl. 3-step drop for Corbett. Oh, make it a lot more than that after he's being pressured. Rolls outside of the pocket, touches the football, lowers the shoulder to get up to the 29-yard line. Awfully close to the first down, but shy by a yard, and it's 4th and 1 after the 9-yard run. Spencer Parker now on the field for El Saline as they're just bringing in a lot of fresh bodies left and right, trying to get everybody equal playing time. Fourth and a yard for Ellenwood from their own 29-yard line. 3-17 left in the game. 44-16 El Saline, hard count, trying to draw the Cardinals offside. So there's the QB sneak that's going for big yardage. to the 35, across the 40, up the right hash mark to the 44-yard line. A QB sneak for 14 yards by the heady senior, Cal Corbett, who shoots in between the center and the right guard for a big gain. Clock stops as they move the chains. Saline's going to move to 2-3, and Ellenwood's going to fall to 2-3 here tonight. Ellenwood sharing a very similar Eagle logo to the Philadelphia Eagles. In fact, I think it might be the same one with just different colors. I saw Whitewater Remington sport the exact same logo as the Denver Broncos a couple weeks ago. Corbett hands it off. This is the freshman, Alan Templeton, churns those legs as he got hit about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage at the 50, straight up the middle of the field, right at the crown here at Saline Stadium. But he carries men on his back for an extra 5 and a gain of 10 yards and a first down. It's a good run by the 5'8", 172 freshman. He's a bigger body back there in the backfield. First down and 10 to gain. Under center, Corbett keeps it himself this time on the midline option. He's got room to run. 35, 30, 25. Outside the numbers, spun down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 23 yards by the quarterback, Kyle Corbett. His last two runs have gone for 13 and 23 respectively. On Saline's side, down to 2 minutes and change with 44-16 the score in favor of the Cardinals.
Only 2 games in the book so far right now in 2A. St. Mary's Colgan 59 over Jayhawk Lynn, nothing. And Phillipsburg with a 28-0 win over Washington, a 28-6 win over Washington County.
Still a bigger margin than I thought it might be. Here's a handoff on an end around to Dalton Garrett for Ellenwood. Cardinals string it out nicely. Gain of 3 on the play, but nothing else on first down. 1:54 left in the game, and the clock continues to run. With Saline leading 44-16, the tackle made over there by the Cardinals' backline defense. Right in front of the Ellenwood sideline. Monty Doan is first year back at Ellenwood. He was the head coach in 04 when they went to the playoffs the last time they've tasted the postseason. Corbett running around left end, up the left hash mark. Now he stretches it to the sideline, has the angle at the 10, down to the 5, and he's forced out of bounds. Keegan Hayes, with 1:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ellenwood knocking on the door.
A lot of your first teamers on this Saline side, kind of out on the bench, getting some young guys some playing time. Also not risking any chance of any crazy injury. And trust me, we've seen a lot of those this year.
Yeah, we've seen a ton. First and goal from the 3 for Corbett under center. Quarterback sneak, turns those legs, still pushing the pile, and he's in there for a touchdown. 3-yard touchdown by Kyle Corbett. And it's 44-22 with 1:14 left. Here in the fourth quarter of play, Ellenwood strikes again to close the gap, but Saline's going to win this game and move to 2-3 on the season. And Ellenwood's going to go for 2.
Yeah, 2-3 record overall, but most importantly, 1-0 in district play.
Well said. Very well said. 2-point conversion try as Corbett looks quick. Left on the slant, incomplete, overshoots Dalton Garrett. And 44-22 as it stands right now with 1:14 left in the game. We'll take a quick break and return to Brookville after this on Real Country 101.7.
Hungry? Well, Cozy Inn is inviting all visitors to Salina to its only icon, simple burgers that taste terrific. Cozy's recent claim to fame is being named one of the 8 wonders of Kansas cuisine. Cozy has been in Gourmet Magazine twice, plus Travel Channel The Best 101, coming in at 69. Always open 10 to 9, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 10 to 8. So come to Cozy Inn for legendary sliders and buy 'em by the sack. Salina's own taste sensation. Cozy Inn, downtown Salina.
Your home for Cardinals athletics. Real Country 101.7.
Minneapolis 14-12 over southeast of Saline tonight. Pratt over Smoky Valley 43-13. Central gets Mays 10-3. Hutch all over Salina South tonight. Our score here, El Saline 44. Ellenwood 22. As the scores continue to pour in across the state of Kansas, this one will look good for El Saline tonight as they get their second win of the season. Blast away the ensuing kickoff with 73 seconds left in the game. Hayes is going to kick it deep. Angling to the left to return this kick is Whitehair. Ball dies at the 17 where he picks it up. Angles to the right. Cuts back to his left. Breaks one tackle, then he's shoelaced down at the 35-yard line. Leads his way forward. And El Saline will have our offense on the field to run out the clock with 1:06 left here in the fourth and final period, leading 44-22.
What is it? I've heard coaches say that the whole goal of the game is to be able to get to where you're going to be able to be in victory formation and run that clock out. Timeout called right now by the Cardinals. Kind of look down past some other scores from around the state of Kansas, out of the Kansas City area, Blue Valley Southwest. What would have been an exciting game, a 36-35 win over Blue Valley West. We mentioned some other scores. Here's a new one out. Riverton has just gone final with a 16-12 win over Girard. Pittsburgh 41, Labette County 14. That down to Kansas. And all these scores, you can find them at kpreps.com.
There we go. First and 10, El Saline. Quarterback takes the snap and carries it outside. This is Justin Schmutz, the 5'10 freshman. Man, he's going to be a heck of a player. He's got some speed as he darted around the right end and picked up a gain of 7 yards just like that in the snap of a finger in the blink of an eye. He scooted around that right end on a play that looked like it wouldn't go for more than a yard or so. That'll burn the clock down inside of 35 seconds. Schmutz under center. He's got the lone setback behind him and wideouts left and right. Takes the snap, gives it on the dive play left, straight up the middle. No, he kept it as he pulled it out at the last moment, but he's hit and dropped for a loss of 2. With 18 seconds left, that might be the final play of the game. Trying to get 3 out there to maybe pull the snap. Down inside of 6 seconds. I don't think they'll get to the line and get her off in time, but they're going to try, that's for sure. Down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. And El Saline wins it tonight by a final score of 44-22. The Cardinals move to 1-0 in district play, which is most important, but they're 2-3 now overall. And they snap a 3-game losing streak, scoring 44 points tonight, their most all season.